Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hello if you're new. In today's video, I'm re-looking at the Olaplex No. 3 Hair Perfector. I have tried this video in the past and I really didn't like the way that it made my hair feel. However, I've been using Olaplex products, the Olaplex system, for probably about 2 years now, and I love them so much. They're probably one of my favorite in terms of shampoo, conditioner, and like just the hybrid of all of their products. And I've done so much research over the last kind of couple of years where I really want to get to know Olaplex in terms of what makes it great, how they work, the formulation, their secret ingredient, their patented ingredient that really helps to repair bonds. And I have come to learn that the Olaplex No. 3 Perfector has the highest concentrated amount of that specific ingredient that makes Olaplex Olaplex, and is the product to try. Basically, if you can only buy one Olaplex product and you want the most intense treatment in regards to the bond repairing, this and essentially the No. 0, which usually goes hand in hand with this, however I'm going to be using this exclusively today, those are the best places to start. And so I wanted to basically retry this product, knowing what I know now in regards to all of the learnings I've done from Olaplex, knowing how best to use this product, and basically sharing that insight with you today. Because the video I did before was more of a first impressions, and it was like my first product trying from Olaplex, and I thought, yes, they're super expensive, and I wasn't blown away. However, the more I understand about the products, the more kind of internal good they do, all things like that. And so I wanted to basically retry this, so I have an updated video on my channel where I'm sharing a lot of insights, sharing how to best use the product now I've learned so much, and essentially if you've picked this product up, how to maximize using it, because it's not cheap, it's so coveted, it's so hyped. So how best can you use this for best results? And that's why I'm here today. So with that said and done, let's dive straight into the video. To use this product, this is to be used before shampooing. It's not a conditioner, it's a bond builder. So you use this once a week, or for damaged hair 2 to 3 times a week. Apply on damp, towel dried hair. Apply a generous amount from scalp to ends until hair is thoroughly saturated. Leave on for a minimum of 10 minutes, longer if desired. Rinse hair for best results. Of course, follow up with the Olaplex shampoo and conditioner. I have the two and I just love the whole system, honestly. I've done a whole Olaplex system review video where I showcase each product. I think that was before the No. 8 hair mask was out though, but yeah, I have a video on that. I love Olaplex products so much. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to go and wet my hair, I'll towel dry, and we'll be back to have a little look at the product, apply it to my hair, and I'll talk a little bit more about Olaplex No. 3 and what makes it such an essential part of your hair care routine. Okay, so hair has been just wet through and now towel dried. So I'm going to talk about how I've learned to use this product, ignoring the fact that that other video exists, because this is definitely a learning curve in regards to how to use Olaplex in the best way. So I've talked with loads of other people that use it, hair care professionals, and I have now, I feel like, concluded how best to use it. So let me take this top off. I love it when I get a fresh bottle. So this is not a hair mask, and I think that that's where I went wrong before. They have a No. 8 which I've tested, reviewed, and still absolutely love, and that's the hair mask that's going to give you that moisture, that hydration, and kind of tackle those hair goals. This specifically is the bond repairing, bond strengthening, like hair perfector. Go into the internal hair and help to repair those bonds. And as I mentioned, their patented ingredient is in the highest concentrate here. And so where I have learned to use this product more is you don't need as much as you think you may use. So I'm just gonna take that much there. I start with the mid-lengths and ends, and I will go up to my scalp. But this is where I get the most damage in regards to my bonds, because of course the split ends and things like that, I always find that this area is just generally weaker. So I like to go in here and just brush that through like so. It feels so good in the hair, and I love the smell because it smells so salon-esque, and I feel like that just really evokes that kind of professionalism of Olaplex. So with this, less is more because it is so concentrated, and I am literally the worst at doing that because I'm always tempted to put too much on, because hair mask, you literally like saturate your hair so you can see all the product on top, whereas this really doesn't need that. You just need to use that amount and enough to basically comfortably coat your hair. It doesn't need too much because it just doesn't it doesn't act in that way. As long as your hair is covered like so, then that is great. I'm just going to take a little bit more, just like so. Once again, I like to go like this just because I feel like I'm not putting it all in one place. And then I'm just smoothing basically my scalp area down with this. The reason I do this is because it obviously advises to use from scalp to ends, but also this is your newest hair, and much like skincare, you want to look after your scalp because that's where new hair growth comes from. The Olaplex system really helps to just make your hair stronger, and as a result your hair is likely to grow longer because there's less splitting. Honestly, I have noticed a biggest difference when using Olaplex, and even my hairdresser, when I used the Olaplex shampoo and conditioner exclusively, he was saying whatever you've used on your hair is working so well for you, and it was Olaplex. This feels so good, but you just don't want to do too much. Less is more, honestly, and in that way a product like this lasts you so much longer. I think originally I said you'd get like 2 to 3 uses out of this, and honestly that's not the case. I'd probably get like 10, maybe 12 uses out of this because you need to use not as much as you think. So experiment with that. It's the same with their shampoo and conditioner. Use a lot less than you think you may need, and you'll be so surprised by how far it goes. From here you can decide how long you want to leave it on for. So it mentioned on the back to leave it on for a minimum of 10 minutes. However, I love leaving this on for as long as I can. But the misconception of this, and where I've seen a lot of people say on TikTok that are saying leave this on overnight for best results, that's not the case, because as soon as it dries, it stops being effective. So I've seen loads of people do like the Olaplex buns, which I love because that's a great way to keep the product nice and damp whilst it's in your hair. What I like to do is take it from the back, get as much of my hair back as possible. I like to twist it. Just again, that's a great way to keep the product nice and damp. And then I just use a claw clip just to keep that flush to my head. So honestly, I'm probably going to leave this on for, I'm hoping at least 3 hours today, but the longer you can leave it on the better. The telltale sign for me when it's ready to start coming off is when this area starts to dry up. If you're happy for it to continue doing it on the mid-lengths and ends, keep it like this, but definitely I don't recommend sleeping in it overnight, and nor does Olaplex. But you can just keep it wet. So even if you start finding that certain areas are drying, you can spray it with water or rehydrate it to keep it working effectively, but it is an active ingredient. So as soon as water is removed, it stops becoming active. So that's something to really consider, and make sure that you're not kind of thinking that leaving it on overnight is doing better, because it's definitely not the case, because as soon as it dries, it stops working. So I'll be back in a couple of hours once this has basically marinated in my hair. Olaplex is fantastic for anyone really of all hair types. It works for the most curliest hair, it works for the finest hair. For me, where you have damaged hair, it's where Olaplex is best spent. So basically if you have dry damaged hair, you're looking for an absolute repairing system. This honestly has helped to honestly make my hair so much stronger. Even if you have like more normal hair in terms of texture, I definitely think if you're going to improve it, Olaplex is such a worthwhile investment. And whilst it is obviously a little bit more expensive than standard shampoo and conditioner and treatments and things like that, this truly works like no other, and I've had huge success. And so I just was really looking forward to doing an updated video on Olaplex number 3, because I definitely gave it a bad rap the first time and I've since come to really love it. So I'll be back in a couple of hours and I'll show you what it's looking like. But it's been 3 hours and 16 minutes exactly, and my hair at my scalp is just starting to dry out and get a little bit stiff, which like I said is for me just when I know to wash this out personally. But if you wanted to keep this on for longer, I would just basically dampen this area, and you could leave it on for a little bit more. I love that. Some things I forgot to mention is that this is of course their at-home treatment, and because it's their highest concentrated one, it's most unlike what you'd get in a salon. Of course the professional products are a lot more concentrated just because of the nature you need to have a license in order to obtain them, whereas if you got an Olaplex treatment at a hairdresser's, which is incredible in regards to preventing too much damage, whether that's from bleach or colour, this is a great at-home treatment to continue that success week on week. And so I feel like for me personally, I could get away with using this once weekly, and then that would probably bridge the gap until when I next get my hair done. So if you get your hair done in quick succession, something like this is going to be great in terms of making sure that that repairing qualities that Olaplex provides that you may have paid a lot for in the salon is continued at home, and so it just wasn't a one-hit wonder. It continues to work throughout the time. It's also important to notice as well is that I obviously applied this to freshly damp hair, but my hair was pretty clean. If your hair has loads of product buildup, say you've been using dry shampoo a lot and then you go to use this product, I would recommend using a clarifying shampoo first. Reason being is that this works best the cleaner your hair is. So if you have very clean hair, dampen, apply, absolutely fine. When I mean clean hair, I mean no oils, no impurities, no dirt, no product, because this literally penetrates the hair. So if there's anything sitting on top of it, it will obstruct how well this can really go in and do its thing. So that's kind of a few tips in regards to getting the most out of this product. And of course, you want to make sure you get the most out of it because it is an expensive product. This here is 100 ml, so this is the smaller of the tubs. You can get a super size one too, which is around £50. However, if you are someone that uses this weekly and notice such a big difference, that feels like a lot of money, but in terms of your hair's health, it's a great investment. But if you are starting new, you can get the smaller one like this. You can also get like sample size ones too in regards to trying it in a smaller capacity that's a lot less expensive, just to see how the product works for you. So there are different price ranges no matter what you're looking for and how new you are to the products. But for me, I find that this is convenient enough. I probably wouldn't buy the super size one. I'm happy with this one just because I have so many other bond repairing products that I try in the background, and if I'm exclusive to one product specifically, it will interfere with my other reviews. So the back of my hair, because it's been up for so long, you can tell how long it's been up for because it's literally dried like that. However, if I just take that down, you can see like the ponytail lengths here adjust as like wet, whereas the top of my scalp is definitely drying a lot. So again, if you want most of it, which to be fair most of us do, we need a lot of the focus to be on these lengths of your hair. That's where of course damage first sets in. Then you could leave this on for a bit longer, but it's going to stop being effective in this area. And for the purpose of this video, I wanted to jump off now to wash this out. But I really love how versatile this is, and if you have the number 02, you don't need to then wet your hair in between. You could spray a bit of water just to make sure your hair is nice and damp, but the number 0 almost acts in place of water to prepare your hair. So I think that that's a load of questions that I've just answered that I can probably preempt, but if you have any other immediate questions, more than happy to answer them in the comments below, so leave them down below. I also can anticipate as well some people are going to say about the ingredients, especially about the different scandals. So there was one particular product that they had in their formula that was linked to infertility as and when it was in a high concentrate. Now in Olaplex itself, in the number 3 where it was present, it was only on a 0.1% scale, and it was for the perfume, not as an active ingredient. However, they've since removed that before those news articles came out. So once again, that's where I'm saying it's really important to do your research in regards to what people are saying and the truth, because sometimes it's definitely not always here in regards to ingredients and the way that products work. So for me, I did a lot of research into making sure that they did remove that ingredient because that was important for me, but they had already done that before those news articles came out. It's just a lot of scaremongering, which for me, you see in a lot of products, and that's why it's worth doing your own research. But anyway, I'm gonna go and wash this out. I'll be back once my hair has been fully washed, and we will have a little look to see how the results compare to how I used it before. And yeah, I'm really excited to see how this works independently, because it's been a while since I've used this on its own without the whole Olaplex system, honestly. Okay, so I thought I would just show you what my hair's looking like now that I have shampooed and conditioned my hair after using the Olaplex. And I feel like you can tell my hair looks stronger. And this is a product that the first time you use it, you're not going to see considerable results. I've now been using this on and off for the last 2 years, and I now know that after using this, my hair feels insane. And to be honest, my hair looks insane today actually, which I think really is just so good and just so telling of the fact that the more you use this, the better it is. It's one of those products that it's formulated to give professional results, and there's nothing short of that here. I think that knowing that your hair is being looked after from the inside out is so impeccable, and it's just one of those things that whilst your hair may not be instantly shiny, keep using it and your hair will honestly build up to a point where mine right now, I've used this, like I said, for so long, and I just know that my hair feels so much better after. I only need to use this once a week, and by using just that small amount that I use, it covered my hair so well, made like even just detangling it really easy. And it's one of those products that honestly I did not give credit to when I first used it, but it shows that how research and just your understanding changes means that this is like literally one of my favorite products now. It's one of those things that I recommend to everyone. So many people, even across all of my Olaplex videos, ask where I should start. You know, what's your recommendation in terms of first Olaplex product? And this for me is this. If you can only buy one, buy this. You'll be so impressed with it. I don't think it's settled too well, but you can see how like little I've used that. This will last me a good while. But again, if you get huge success with it, they do have that super size, which just works out slightly cheaper per use. But yeah, I really love this so much. Made my hair feel so insane. And yeah, I absolutely recommend it to everyone. So if you're looking for a bond restorer, this is incredible. It's so nice, and it's just one of those that I know I get great results with, and I just wanted to share my updated video and thoughts because it's definitely changed a lot, and I love this more than anything. It's so good. So yeah, this versus K18 though, I want to do a video on, because that is definitely a question for another video, and I know I would probably get questions about that. So let me get back with you on that as a video, because there's definitely differences between the two, and I have a personal favorite. But when we talk specifically about this product, it's clear to say that this has worked insanely on my hair today, but also just over the past 2 years. It's a product I can't be without. I always have to have one in my collection, and it's one that I truly recommend to everyone that wants to take good care of their hair and find that no other product is making the changes you want to see. Pick this up, try it over a good period of time, give it a couple of months, and trust me, you'll see such a difference. The only regret you'll have is that you didn't try it sooner. So thank you Olaplex for continuing to make some of the best hair care on the market. And if you have any questions, as I mentioned, I'm always down in the comments, so leave them down below. I hope this video has been helpful to anyone looking to pick this up, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!